Well, hello. I'm glad you could join me today. Today I thought we'd do a fantastic little painting that it's a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it. And we'll start off and we'll have them graphically run all the colors across the screen, and they'll come across your screen in the same order that I have them on the palette, starting with a white and working around. And while they're doing that, let's go up to the canvas and get started. Now, I've already covered the canvas with a thin, even coat of magic white, and that makes the canvas wet and slick, and it allows us to blend color right on the canvas. So let's start off. We'll take a small amount of Prussian blue, phthalo blue, phthalo blue. And let's go right here, and let's just make little crisscross strokes. And phthalo blue is a very, very bright, shiny blue. It's very pretty. Okay, get a little more of the phthalo blue on the brush. And maybe right here, just like so. And maybe there's a little right in there, wherever you want it. Okay, maybe while I get a little on the brush, we'll have some water in this painting, so I'll just go ahead and just do like so. We don't know exactly where the water is going to be yet. We're not really worried about it. We'll make those big decisions later. Okay, let me clean the brush. Scrub it off right there. There we go. Let's go right up here. And we'll just blend this. And you can blend it to whatever value that you want. The magic white underneath will continually mix with the color. You can make it softer and softer and softer just by blending. I don't want to kill all the little light areas. I want some little streaks here. There we go. Okay. And that gives us a very effective, very quick little sky. Easy to do. And we're all ready. Okay, let's build a happy little mountain back here. I'm gonna go right into some Van Dyke brown. And I'm gonna put a small amount of alizarin crimson, a little bit of burnt umber into it. Okay. Now you pull that paint out just as flat as you can get it. Really get tough with it. Pull it out flat, and then sort of cut across so you have a small roll of paint right out on the edge of the knife. It's very important. Need that little roll of paint. Let's go up to the canvas. Maybe. Yep, there goes that little mountain. We want it to come right about in there, wherever you want it. It's your mountain, so you put it where you want it. A little more color, and maybe, yep, there it goes, right on up. And all we're doing here is just laying in our basic shape. We're not worried about detail or anything else. Just a basic shape. And I'm really pushing this color into the canvas. Act like you're trying to push it right through the canvas. Canvas is strong. You're not going to hurt it. Don't worry about it. Very strong. Okay. Now I take the large brush, and I want to pull this paint down. And because the canvas is wet, we can move color. If it was a dry canvas, you'd have a double of a time trying to do this. But since it's wet, you can move paint all over. There we go. Just pull it down. And that gives us a basic shape for our mountain. And let's go back here, and I'll take a titanium white, and we load the knife the same way. Add a small amount of brown to it just to dull it down. So we have titanium white and the least little amount of brown. Cut across it. Need that small roll of paint again. There we go. Very important. Okay, let's go up here. Now, touch the canvas. Gentle pressure. Gentle pressure. And just let it float right down. Think where light would strike us. Just let it float. There. No pressure. Absolutely no pressure. Oh, just pretend you're a whisper floating across a mountain. If you apply a bunch of pressure, it's going to look just like you iced a cake. So, no pressure. Can't say that enough. Gentle touch. Okay, maybe. Yep, there it is. Comes right down. We'll put a little bit more of the brown in there. There we go. Now, just bring it down. Okay, I'm going to take a little more of the Van Dyke brown and make a darker color. And let's go right up in here, and just begin adding some shadows in here. Just here and there. Let them fall off your knife. Still no pressure. No pressure. You want that paint to play and you want it to break. So all those little things happen automatically. You don't want to have to worry about them. Let it happen. Said it over and over. You know, we don't make mistakes. We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. And the worst thing you can do here is good. No problem. Okay. Maybe over in here, we'll put some more of the dark color. It's going to be a nice dark shadow right in there. And we'll just let it go. Have fun. And begin playing back and forth between shadow and highlight. And just sort of visualize these things in your mind. Just sort of visualize them in your mind. Let them flow right off your knife. Okay, maybe. There it is, right there. See, that's simple. That's simple. You can make some beautiful, beautiful little mountains. Just let it go. Let's go back into some of our darker color. Well, we need a little shadow back here. And you can just play. You can really spend some time here and put detail in that you just wouldn't believe could be done with a big old knife in a very short time. Okay, that'll give us a good idea and show you how to make these kind of mountains. There. All right. Okay, now I want to make these mountains a little bit softer. I want a little mist at the bottom, so I'm just going to take the large brush and just gently, gently tap the bottom, just the bottom. And this will make them very soft, quiet, create the illusion of mist down at the bottom. It's most important when you're doing this that you follow the angles. Follow those angles. If you don't, you'll just beat them up and they'll go away and leave you. And you don't want that. You want the mountains to stay with you and be happy to be with you. You want them to become your friend. See, just blend the bottom out. Okay, maybe let's grab the old fan brush here. Maybe in this mountain, let's get some sap green, a little sap green. Maybe there's a few little bushes and stuff that try to grow up here. So let's go right up here and let's just touch. This is just straight sap green. Here and there. Oh, there he is, little old bush and tree. It's trying to make it up here. But life's tough up here on top of this mountain. So there we go. Put a few of those. Right here. There we go. There's some more. And just sort of, still you want to follow these angles. You don't want to lose these angles. Wherever you think something might get a little foothold there and grow, just drop them on. And it makes it a little more exciting, a little more interesting. Just use a corner of the brush here and you can just pick up, make it look like little, see there? Easy. You can just make all kinds of little things happen wherever you think they should be. There's one right there. That's where they ought to be, where you decide, because this is your painting, your world. Let it happen. Okay, maybe, right in here. All kinds, wherever. And we can take our large brush and just gently tap a little. Be careful here. You don't want to hit that green, pull it all up into your mountain. Just want to make some nice edges underneath. Okay, that'll give you an idea of how to make a super little mountain. This painting I took from a photograph that a friend gave me that was taken in Arizona. I always thought Arizona maybe was nothing but deserts and beautiful, beautiful reddish colored mountains. But it's not. It has everything. It has it all. Okay, we'll just use this same old big brush and we'll go right into, let's go into some sap green, a little bit of alizarin crimson, Van Dyke brown. Just mix these colors on the brush. Load a lot of paint in the brush. Pull it through the paint. Pull it through the paint. Okay, let's look at this brush. Look at the end. Tremendous amount of paint. Okay, and there's a rounded corner because you pulled it in one direction. You want that rounded corner to be on top. Okay, let's go up to the canvas. And maybe there's a nice tree that lives right there. Right there. And you just push, bend. And all we're doing is putting in some background color. We're not looking for shape, detail, anything else right now. All we're looking for is just background color. And we'll come back in here and we'll put all kind of highlights and leaves and all the beautiful little things wherever we want them. Just looking for background color. Okay. See, and all that gives you a good idea of where you're going and what you're going to make. Just the way you lay out some basic shapes. And while I have this color on the brush, I know this is going to be water, and I want some reflections in my water. I think we'll do a little stream today, but even in a stream, you have dark color that's reflected. You may not see it because the water's bubbling and churning and having fun, but it's there. There's still that dark color. And you need the dark so your light will show up when we highlight the water. Let's just go across. That'll help give it the impression of water, make you feel better. Just go across, instant water. Okay, now we can go back in here and we can begin working on some of these pretty things. I'll take a little paint thinner on my brush and we'll go right into some sap green and then into a little cad yellow. So we got sap green, cad yellow. And I want to keep the greens pretty dark here. Pull it through the paint, one direction, just like we did the big brush. See? And then I turn it over so that rounded corner is on the top. Okay, let's go up here. Maybe right in here there's a happy little bush and I'm just barely touching. Just enough to bend the bristles, the smallest amount. A lot of paint on the brush. A lot of paint. And we can go into some Indian yellow and yellow ochre, a little bit of that. Just to break it up a little so the color's not all the same. Some sap green and some yellow ochre. Pretty color, very pretty color. Okay, we just drop that right in. There. There we go. Okay, that just gives us some nice little basic shapes. Some ideas back here. All right, I'm going to take the script liner brush, number 2 script liner brush, put a little paint thinner on it, and I'm going to go right up into this brown color, and let's put a few little limbs in there. Now you turn that brush, bring it to a nice sharp point, just like so. Okay, let's go right up here. Maybe. Yep. There lives some sticks and some twigs right out here. They live everywhere. Anywhere. Maybe there's some here and there. Maybe right there. Okay, wherever. Make these decisions, drop them in. This is your world, so you figure out where the sticks live. Okay, now without cleaning the brush, I'll go right into a little bit of white. And that brown on there will make a whole new color. Okay, let's go right up here. And we can put some in that are a little lighter in value, and they stand out against the dark. If they won't stick, add a little paint thinner. A little bit of paint thinner. There we go. Just drop these in here and there. All right, I'm going to go back into my brown, Van Dyke brown. Let's put a little burnt umber with it. Get a little bit on the knife. And let's begin thinking about where we're going to have some land areas. And I'm just barely touching the canvas, letting the paint break. I want this to look very rocky and rough. That's what my dog used to say, rough. There we go. Just very loose. Very loose. Don't worry about it. have fun right here. Just pull that knife across. All you're worried about is a general lay of the land. Just pull it in the angle you want your land to go. Okay, and we'll take some brown and white, and we come back in here, and just like when we did the mountain, lightest pressure, virtually no pressure. And all we're doing here, just barely letting it graze so it hits the high spots, just the high spots. Barely touching. Sometimes it's very pretty. Add a little yellow ochre to your color and watch. A little yellow ochre and white, it's very pretty. Makes nice stones. Okay. Now then, we can continue to work on our little grassy areas. So let's go right here, make another happy little bush. There he is. Okay, a little yellow ochre, and let it come right down. Let it work right down into this land area. Just let it go. Keep the paint quite thin so it sticks easy. Thin paint will stick to a thick paint. We have a thick paint underneath, so now we can stick layers of thinner paint right on top without destroying, without becoming a mud mixer. And if you've painted, all of us have experienced mud mixing. We all have to have a little shot at mud mixing. Okay, now maybe something on the other side. Let's do sap green to Van Dyke brown to crimson again. And maybe there's a big tree that lives right here. And we just push him in. Now this tree is very dark. I want him to stay this way. I want him to stay quite dark. And this is also the way you cover up the end of your mountain, close that end off. Don't have to worry about it no more. And I'm pushing very hard. Really push that paint into the canvas. Maybe it comes right out like this. Wherever you want it. And at the same time, when we got this old dirty brush, same here. We need to pull down some reflections. Need that dark area in the water. Come across. And that easy. Now this little liner brush, I never cleaned it. It's still got brown on it, and I'm going right into the white. Turn it, bring it to a nice point. Let's go up here and put in some general little indications of some sticks and twigs. This is just brown and white. And just let it go wherever you want it to go. Turn that brush, turn it as you're doing this. Sometimes that really gets some nice little things happening. A few little sticks and twigs. Just wherever you want them. Wherever. There we go. And you can put as many of these as you want in your world. Okay, go into some sap green with this old dirty brush. And it already has yellow on it and everything else. I want this side to be quite dark. Much darker. Not as much light's going to strike over here. There. Oh, it's almost straight sap green. A little bit of yellow on the brush, but mainly sap green. Good, dark, rich color. Okay, now we need, just like on the other side, let's put a little bit of land in here. And I'm just barely touching with a knife. It's Van Dyke brown. Then we'll take some brown and some white, just like on the other side. And let's put a little bit of highlight, not quite as much, just one little here and there. And then we bring some of these grassy areas right down on that, so it makes the grass come right over the top. Otherwise, it sort of just floats around. Okay, let's play with some water back here. Now, I want to paint this a little bit thinner, so I'm going to add a little magic white to my brush and go up here, and I'm going to use magic white and titanium white. Now, the magic white will thin it down just a little. Let's start back in here, and let's just start going See, you need that dark to make that light show. And you got to make decisions here. There's a water splash in there, okay. Little splashes going in wherever. See, if you didn't have that dark under there, though, you wouldn't see anything. And this water is muddy. Coming around the bank and it's picking up some of the dirt. And maybe there's a little stone under the water there and it makes it go bloop. Causes all those little splashes. And just have fun with this. Just have fun with it. Back and forth and wherever you want it to go. So you can create some of the most beautiful little streams, and they're so easy. So easy. There. Yeah. I'll leave a little bit of this blue showing out here. And it's getting a little wider here, so the water wouldn't be as rough, wouldn't be as turbulent. Okay, so just a few little ripples here and there. Don't want too many. See, and this is where we clean up the edges of the dirt too. Just let it go there. And you can put all kinds of little splashes and fun little things happening here and there. It's your stream, so you make some decisions and put them wherever you want them. Wherever. There we go, right on off the canvas. And that's just a quick, simple little way to make a happy little stream. Okay, now I've got several fan brushes going here, so I'm going to go with a clean brush right into some Van Dyke brown. Let's put a little paint thinner on, just to thin that down a small amount. A little Van Dyke brown. And I'm filling the brush up. And then on the other side, I'm just going to pull it through some white. So I've got Van Dyke brown on one side and white on the other. Let's say there's a little tree that lives right there. Now you can put as many trees as you want in yours. Maybe he's got a friend that lives right there beside him. Shoot, maybe he's a popular tree. He's got several friends. We'll give him several. Maybe there's even one that sort of comes over like this. And you can put as many trees in your painting as you want. Here's one. Maybe he's a little closer, a little fatter, a little stronger, a little more dark on his side there. There might even be one that you can't see all of it. It goes right off the canvas. How's that? Let's go on the other side. Maybe there's a big tree that lives right here and goes into there somewhere. We don't know where he goes. We don't care. Just like so. Okay, and then I'll take my little 1-inch brush and cover up his foots. And same thing over here. We need to have a little grassy things around his foots, covered up, make him fit right into the painting. Now I'll go back to my liner brush, and we'll put a little paint there. I want to thin this paint down very thin. And maybe, just very quickly here, we'll just throw in just some indications of a few little branches and limbs and twigs, wherever you want them. And you can put as many of these in as you want. I just want to put a few in to give you some ideas of how they're made, and then you do what makes you happy. We just try to give you some guides here and some ideas and really turn you loose. That's where the joy of painting comes in, when you don't have to worry about it anymore. You just let it go. And there'll come a time very soon when you really don't have to think about what's happening. At least on your palette, you can spend all your time composing, and you can compose while you paint. I used to spend as much time trying to figure out what to paint as I did actually painting. And this way you can compose right on the canvas. Right on the canvas. Here's one, maybe it comes right around and in there. Back. Have some of them go across the trunk. That way, they're not all just on the sides. And they need to get a little thicker when they get toward this trunk. See, just wherever you want them. Wherever you want them. As many as you want. Oh, shoot, there's Might even be some down in here, some more little sticks and twigs and all these little things happening. And they're not straight all the time. They got all kinds of crooks and bends. Maybe there was a fisherman out here and he stepped on that one and put a little kink in him. Let's go over here and maybe there's a little something right here. Just a little limb. This big old tree goes right on off the canvas. You can come in here and put all kinds of highlights and shadows on each one of these limbs. You can spend a lot of time playing here and really having some fun, putting a lot of detail into it. I think we're about to get to it, Rascal. If you want to put the indication, because there's always hundreds of little limbs, you can just take it very lightly, put all kinds of little tiny limbs in there. People think you've really worked for a long time. But I think that'll give you an idea. So let's sign this one. Use a little permanent red. We'll sign it right here. Call him all finished. And I hope this one is. Hope you really liked it. We've enjoyed being with you today. So from all of us here, we'd like to wish you happy painting. God bless. See you next week.